Hey, Keith Myers here from Susky Air Squadron today. Today's episode is going to be an open letter to scientists and doctors around the mid-state of Pennsylvania to join me and find out what's going on here, especially over the city of Hershey, Dairy Township. Uh, a lot of weird stuff going on that I've been tracking over the last year. Please check out my other videos because they're going to go in a lot more depth, especially with the data. And let's just go and get to it. So here's a little bit of information. We're doing a documentary. If you'd like to help us buy some monitoring equipment, please check out our site. We're talking about chemtrails and stratospheric aerosol injections, which I have proven beyond a reasonable doubt here in Pennsylvania that are going on. So if you don't believe me or if you want to have a debate about it, I'm happy to show up anywhere across the mid-state or, have a Zoom or let's just have a meeting about it. I'd be happy to talk about it because I've been accused of being a conspiracy theorist versus what I actually am, which is just a critical thinker. I mean, just look around what's happening here in Pennsylvania. I went to the PA Department of Environmental Protection, and they basically stole my research and deleted it. I went to them out of benevolence for my fellow residents of Pennsylvania because I was concerned about what I was finding here. So I'm dropping like a ginormous data dump here. It's the first of its kind worldwide real-time open source science experiment. So you can find out what's going on by correlating data from Pennsylvania to all across the world and Pennsylvania in general. This has many studies that I've done, thousands of hours that I put in since last year, and now you could help with the research as well. I'm going to show you what to look for, especially in the other videos, but today we're going to concentrate a little bit more on the science side of it. Check the links below. It's free, all the documents, and just check it out. So let's jump right to it. We got Hershey, Pennsylvania last year, 2023 and 24. This was right here, and this was right over Hershey in Hummelstown area. And this was also Hummelstown, Middletown, different dates. Now, this one's right over top of the Med Center. Now, this particular day that I went there, I went to actually talk to a gentleman I wasn't able to talk to, but about different kind of radiation that's happening around the mid-state. So here's also the same day, and this day in particular, you can see how they're spreading things so evenly that they just dissipate out over the course of the whole day. We'll get into that later. This was over in Fort Indian Town Gap in Lebanon County. And some other videos I have touch on that as well. And particulates for solar radiation at night make absolutely no sense because the sun is not out. So let's just touch real quick. My other videos is what the White House says about solar modification and the research plan, and we have how they're going to carry it out, dumping these things to deflect sunlight, and shows you the planes that they're using, and another little letter from the White House. The military basically having their own kind of programs in place for weather that I'm guessing this is the Global Weather Network, and then they do some things to make some mods. And this is from 1995 or 96. So yeah, this is all just And let's talk a little bit about academic references because I'm trying to reach out, and I have reached out to different scientists, across the mid-state and across the United States. For now, I'd be happy to talk to people globally as well. So let's see what they're saying here. We got a research group here from Harvard, a gentleman named David Keith, who has been kind of a proponent for this for a while. And it says how they're talking about stratospheric injection of SO2. They're basing these theories on Mount Pinatubo and how it refracted the sun. We got closer to home, we got Penn State here, and we got UPenn. We have a gentleman, Michael Mann, who mentions it with Lee Kump in his book here. I'm not saying that they're participating in anything. I'm just saying that it's being recognized and people are talking about this. They have a whole chapter in this book, and it's required reading for this meteorology to mitigation course, understanding global warming. Now, what they don't understand is when they're spraying these particulates, they're actually insulating the earth that heat can't escape. It sounds like a great idea in theory, but again, these particulates are aluminum, barium, all kinds of different stuff. You can see some nice debates about, is it a good idea or a bad idea? I'm not going to speak to other things regarding because there's been certain legislation passed and things put in place not to question these people. So I did in fact reach out to a gentleman who was the head of the meteorological department, and based on my photographs that I sent him and the DEP, he concurred with me that in fact the cloud structures that I showed him were in fact coming from planes. So that was the start of my journey. And so some entity or team, spraying stuff in particulates in Pennsylvania. Oh, absolutely. And I can prove it to you throughout all my other videos and through this video today. But I'm going to concentrate more a little bit on a call to action from scientists and doctors, anybody that has, any more information on these things, because what I found was pretty disturbing in conjunction with particulates and everything else like that. So I talked to some people there, and I brought them all kinds of information based on the ambient air monitoring network plan, which is this one's right in Hershey. It's right near the tech center on the railroad tracks, and only a few miles from the med center. Not even probably. So these sites are all across the Commonwealth, and somebody puts a lot of time and effort into putting these things in, but I don't think they planned on the information being picked up to lead me to find out some things that are going on behind the scenes that seem very nefarious. You can go to this website. All the data that I pulled here is absolutely available to the public if you can find this website. In fact, it's very difficult to find it, but I ran all these reports, spent over 1,000 hours at least on this website, and was finding out about the pictures correlating with this event. This was the first event that I found on December 8th of 2023. I came across these numbers of 12,000 watts per meter squared. Now, watts per meter squared is measured by pyranometers that measure solar radiation across all these sites here in Pennsylvania. And during the daytime, you have these numbers here. Now, the most they're probably going to be is 1,100, 1,200 at the most. Now, I came across 12,700 to 13,000 watts per meter squared at night. Now, this makes no sense here. Every one of these is an hour, and this particular day is the whole month. So these are the days of the monthly report, and these are the hours. So there should be nothing here. This should be zero. Solar radiation does not exist at night. So I found other things that were deleted, like ozone, which is very harmful at the surface level. You can't breathe if there's a lot of ozone. It's O3, and then we're looking at different different parameters here of our particulates of different sizes that have been, have been deleted. But it's funny because they coincide with the times and the pictures that I'm seeing these particulates sprayed right over Hershey. So what we have here is evidence of more particulates that are being deleted. Now, 721, that's really high. That's here, but that was from a different day, from the actual sites over Hershey that I explained in other videos. Now, the thing is, this was the Allentown, New Milford event, which Hershey was sprayed as well. And those particulates just went that way. On the 15th, though, according to my data and my pictures, this was deleted. There's nothing here. How do we know how many particulates were going on that day? 178. Okay, that was another day that I had taken pictures of, and that was the last day of the event. That's still really high. 157, 178. You're looking at these other maxes for like normal days. You're looking at 13, 12, 15, 21. I mean, it's very nefarious. We also have sulfur dioxide, which is a parameter that's measured at our York ambient air web station, and the sulfuric the sulfur dioxide numbers are deleted too. Now, again, in the previous slide from Harvard, we see that sulfuric acid is basically one of the things that they're spraying out of these planes. So what effect is it having on us? Now look at these different sides, PM10 to 2.5, same days, okay? I'm running the same reports. These are also missing, okay? And from the same time, the 15th. Now let's look at 279. That's the highest of the whole month, and that's a lot higher than everybody else. We do have the 134 though, which was there's more deletions. There's deletions all over the place in coordination with my pictures. So this is a different event, but this really is meant to wake you up and scare you because it's scary. Let's look at March 1st, 2024. Just a few months back. So we got a blue skies here, and this is right near Hershey. And then we have, these chemtrails just fanning out throughout the whole day. And we see the lines, we see them as they're dissipating the whole day. And now the sun is just being blotted out. We have all this stuff right here. Otherwise, it would be a perfectly beautiful blue sky day here in central PA. Look at this, 5 o'clock, okay, the same day. By this time, the sky is completely blanketed, and I can barely even make out that that's the sun. That, in fact, is the sun. Now, I've never seen or witnessed anything like that. But let's go and look at the data here, because when these electromagnetic radiation things are going off, it's pegging out this other equipment here. And you can see it because this is the outdoor temperature, and this is the resultant direction, which is measured in 0 to 360 degrees. And this is just your outdoor temperature and degrees Fahrenheit. Now, on their website, they do have it listed as Celsius, but it is, in fact, Fahrenheit. So the next day, 3/2, right? They deleted the whole day of solar radiation. There's nothing here for the whole. There should be a column here, but the telltale signs here of the resultant direction and the outdoor temperature pegging out indicate through the transit of property that it was going on right here. There was high levels of EMR, but they deleted it. Someone at the DEP. Now let's see here. Hershey on 3/1. We have all the solar radiation numbers that have been deleted whenever they started emitting this thing. Now, this day is 3/2. Now, Hershey should be right here between Harrisburg and Holbrook. This whole day is deleted. I mean, this whole row of data is just gone. And I can prove it. You know why? Let's look at the monthly reports that I pulled on the 9th. And you can tell because the data is incomplete for this day. So let's look at the 1st of Hershey. We see that earlier that was deleted. This whole second day is gone, right? The whole third day is gone. And up until the 4th day. Okay, so we got basically 1, 2, 3. We got like 4 straight days of EMRs that people are exposed to at 12,000 to let's say it's 12,000 to 13,000. I can't say that that's exactly what it is, but all the other documents, thousands of documents that I have that prove it. It's right on, and we see that because the outdoor temperature is pegged out again. See, it should be 30s, 20s. It's March in Pennsylvania, the 60s, 50s, whatever. How are you getting 1? This is all because of the EMRs just pegging out the equipment and however it's working. Now let's see it again. 3/3. Outdoor temperature. Look at that. Hershey 100 011. And here we go. That shouldn't be there. And again, let's look on 3/4. Finally, it comes back online. They stop whatever they're doing. Somebody apparently hit the switch and turned off the EMRs. But we still have this resultant direction, and we still have the outdoor temperature that it tells you, and also ozone deletion and that kind of stuff that were going on. Now, let's look at another time when this happened. This is 12/23. Right here. This is the day that I went to the DEP, as a matter of fact. And right here, I pulled the report right here at, what is that, 5 o'clock in the evening. And at 2 o'clock, they started this thing up again. Now, how can I tell? Because I pulled the same report for the same day, 12/23, monthly. And look, it's all gone. So let's just say that there was EMRs going from, 3 o'clock, whatever, till 6 a.m. It's pretty long time. So I'd like to reach out and ask you guys from the Med Center, from UPenn Health, from anybody, scientists, doctors, people that know something about microwaves or know something about particulates or whatever. Can you tell me what is the health benefit of exposure to inhaled metallic particulates combined with electromagnetic radiation? I mean, you put some aluminum in a microwave. What happens? Your lungs are taking these things on, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be good. You have microwaves, and I'm not going to get into it here because I'm still doing my research on it. But microwaves, on cells, basically are showing, all kinds of folding of cells, some weird stuff, some cancer, let's call it Alzheimer's, from aluminum particulates, Parkinson's, other forms of MS and ALS are possible. So yeah, tell me, somebody. I'm just trying to wake you up because this is happening, whether you know it or not. It's your family's breathing this in. Your dogs are everything. Your children, unless you're prepared or somebody has compensated you with some gear to protect you from this. So we're all being subjected to high levels of unknown particulates, high levels of harmful surface ozone, which is also has some crazy health risk. And ozone's created, from what I understand, from microwaves or EMRs. So there's high levels of open air electromagnetic radiation, and these people are covering up for it by the data. So it can't be helpful. It can't be something that's it's done for your benefit. It's basically unlegislated and non-consensual research that's happening here. And if you're part of it, you're going to hell. I mean, just in a nutshell, there should be a lower level, or an upper level, whatever's hottest. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, why is this happening in PA? Why are we being subjected to these crimes against humanity and being covered up from people that are paid with your tax money? There's distinct patterns that are going on here. So please reach out to me. We're doing a documentary, and I'd like to get some, other health and scientists, experts on board to do some interviews. We're trying to get some extra gear here to monitor these things that are going on that are being covered up. So, check out our site and reach out to me. I would be happy to come and speak, to anybody, any local venue or anything like that, just to talk about it and get it out in the open. What's happening here is beyond the scope of reason, and it's just I'm trying to figure it out. So any help is appreciated, and if you can prove me wrong, please do. I mean, I've been living a crazy nightmare for like the last 6 months trying to talk to people about it. Nobody wants to. I've lost a lot of friends, lost people that just don't want to talk about it, that I've known for a long time. And they probably think I'm nuts or I'm crazy or whatever. But I mean, data doesn't lie. So prove me wrong. I would love to be wrong. So again, thanks for your time, and watch other videos if you really want to get into the nuts and bolts of what's happening here. If you really want to delve into it, go download the whole document dump, and you can see for yourself what's going on. I'm just a messenger. So thank you so much. Have a good day.